Hi everybody, welcome to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is a 4-card spread. This is representing your past, your present, your future energies and what they would like you to embrace more of. It'll all be time-stamped with a blue number next to your zodiac sign in the description box below, and I will also post it on the comments. So let's get on with this. So Aries, we are time-stamping you at 0023. Welcome Aries to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is your past, your present, your future, and your the energy of what they'd like you to embrace more of. Let's get on with this. So for Aries, please and thank you. Okay. Oh, that one turned around. We've got a reversal to start with. That's your past energy though. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. You're currently sitting as the Ace of Swords. The Devil is what you're stepping into. Oh, I feel a little bit out of the frying pan into the fire energy here, Aries. And what they'd like you to embrace more of is the Four of Swords. Right, 10 of Pentacles as your past energy in reverse. There could be some family conflict that's gone on just recently. This could be around money. Trust me, when families argue over money, you all fall out, don't you? But this is the energy of things really a little bit unsettled, also financially, not really sure where you stand, perhaps in a job that you thought was long-term, and now you're feeling a little bit, oh my gosh, you know, this feels, I don't know, a little bit unsteady here. However, you are sitting at the moment as the Ace of Swords. So what I want to say to that 10 of Pentacles in reverse is that the Ace of Swords has given you mental clarity about something. It's almost like you've got a bit of a ta-da moment now, and you really know what direction you're heading in. It's like that's done you a bit of a favour, to be honest with you. However, you are stepping into the Devil energy here. Now, the Devil energy is the energy of a toxic behaviour, so just be aware of that. You could be stepping, as I say, I feel like going out of the frying pan into the fire a little bit here, surrounding yourself with people that really perhaps don't have the best intentions for you, perhaps a little bit manipulative. So we will clarify that one. Now, the Four of Swords is what they'd like you to embrace more of. Now, this makes perfect sense. The Four of Swords is very much the card of rest, relaxation and repair. What happens then is we can put things into perspective. Things become more manageable in everyday life. You know, when we're tired, things just seem so much worse than they really are. So however you can manage to rest, Aries, in the next coming during the week here. Now, the Devil energy, why do we have you here, please and thank you? It's like you're feeling tied to somebody or something, perhaps still. Let's have a look. What do we have? The King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles is somebody who's very financially minded. So again, I do feel like there is perhaps that King of Pentacles is coming out of that 10 of Pentacles in a way for me to say, just be careful that you don't become too financially focused on something. See the bigger picture is what I want to say there. It's not all about the money. Let's have a look. Unusual reading there, Aries, to start off this midweek energy reading. We're going to finish with an Ancient Stones Oracle message. It says ancestral messages. No, ancestral obviously means connections to family in the past. And again, you've got the family card there. Connection, belonging, ask for help. I hope that resonates for somebody because that's a very clear message. Anyway, let me know if it does. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs, and I will see you next week. Right, we're moving on to Taurus. Taurus, we're time stamping you at 0344. So welcome, Taurus, to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is your past, your present, your future energies and what they would like you to embrace more of. Right, okay, we've got your first card out, Taurus. You've got the Moon card as what you're just coming out of, attributed to Pisces. You're stepping into, wow, you're sitting as the Hanged Man. Not seen the Hanged Man for a long time. What's coming up for you? The Five of Wands. Interesting cards. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so the Moon card is the card of what you're coming out of. This is what the recent past. Now, it is attributed to Pisces. You could have been dealing with the Pisces. The message of the Moon card, though, is things coming out in the open, things coming up to the surface. Now, it actually can go either way, to be fair. This can be that you are dampening down your emotions and waiting for something to happen. In the meantime, that leaves you feeling a little bit lost, confused, not knowing which way to turn. Or it can be that you've actually managed to get that out in the open, especially when we see a full moon on a card. That means a light has been shone on something. I will clarify that one, and I'm going to clarify the Hanged Man, because I like to clarify the majors, especially I need to know which way that's going. Now, the Hanged Man you're sitting at the moment, that moon energy is giving you a lot of food for thought. Whatever this is, this resolve or whatever is due to come to the surface, it's making you sit back and take a look at something, a situation in a different light. Almost not being too involved is what I want to say. It's like you've got to take a step back out of the circle of somebody or something in order for you to get a different perspective on it. Now, the Five of Wands is what's coming up, so just be aware of this energy. These are people that are very competitive. It's like maybe you are stepping into this energy of, right, you know what, if you can't beat them, join them. What I'll say to that, nothing wrong with that, but just make sure you do it in the right circumstances. You know, make sure you shine within this group of people here. You know, they are the ones that will dampen you down at all costs to get the recognition, to get the pay, to get the rewards. Now, again, I feel like I need to clarify all of this, but with that Five of Wands, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you put your stamp on it, is what I want to say. What they want you to embrace more of is the Knight of Wands, and I like this. This is being a bit more spontaneous. Here you're hanging around thinking here. They're saying, like, let's move this forward. This is action now. Lights, camera, action. Right, let's have a look at the Moon card and clarify that for you, Taurus. Why do we have the Moon card, please and thank you? With the Knight of Pentacles, oh my gosh, you have so standing still here, because the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the deck that doesn't move, and knights are progress, projects, situations, relationships, and money situations. So perhaps this is financial too, because the Knight of Pentacles, you can see he's sitting looking at his money going, yeah, I'm not sure whether I can, which direction to go in yet, because perhaps you need to put some more plans in place, whether that's changing your job or changing where you're living, however that resonates. Now, the Hanged Man is you sitting back and having another look on something. Perhaps somebody's put a different spin on it for you. Let's have a look. We have the Queen of Wands. Now, I love that with the Hanged Man. Very opposite energies, but it's like saying, no, I can actually put a positive spin on this and take control also. Now, the Queen of Wands she would absolutely dampen down that Five of Wands energy. She would shine in that circle. In fact, she would say, bring it on. I'll show you how to do it right. You know, Taurus. So I absolutely love this reading for you. Let's clarify with a Ancient Stones Oracle message, just to, not clarify, to finish off. It's soul agreement, soul mission, soul plan, and life purpose. Now, this is lovely. This is almost like saying, what is your soul purpose? What are you drawn towards? What's your what do you call it? Your North Star. What are you really, what does your soul want you to do? And I lovely. I just think you should really listen to that. It's a little bit of intuition going on there too. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, Taurus. That was quite a long one for a midweek. Have a wonderful week. Make sure to check out your moon and rising signs, because they do add a few more messages to the readings. And I'll see you next week. Thank you as always. Now we're swiftly moving on to Gemini at 0810. So welcome, Gemini, to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is your past, your present, your future energies, and what they would like you to embrace more of. Okay, if you've got Taurus in your sign, then I highly recommend you look at Taurus's reading. It's really interesting. Right, okay, Gemini. Oops, your past energy. We have, the World card. Your current energy is the Six of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords is what you're stepping into, your future energy. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Three of Pentacles. Now, the World card as your past energy, this is feeling like you've really been successful at something. You've actually reached a goal, and now you're like, what can I do next? I'd like to do something new. The World card is a lovely card. It's a card of completion. It's a card of successfully completing something and feeling like you can start a new chapter. And it's a lovely card because you can look back on the journey that you've taken. This is the last card in the Major Arcana. You can look back at the journey and what you've learnt and take it forward to your new exciting journey, to your next chapter. As I say, it's the card of success and completing goals. The Six of Pentacles is how you're sitting at the moment. Lovely energy. I feel like you really feel like you deserve what you get now, Gemini. There's a lovely confidence about this card for you. And perhaps you are being rewarded now. This is about money coming back into you, could be even, you know, what I say to the Pentacles energy is it can be your time and energy also, whatever is more precious, more, what's your coinage at the moment is what I like to say to that. Now, sitting as the Six of Pentacles, perhaps you've got some money coming in, perhaps you've got a tax rebate, perhaps you've got an insurance payout, but also with this world energy, this new project that you're starting, you're looking like you can really make a success of it. You know that the hard work that you're going to put into it is going to be paying off. You are stepping into the Nine of Swords energy, so it's not without its worries, I'll be honest with you. You know, when we start something new, it can keep you up at night, and this is what this is. What we'll always say to this is a card of facing your fears, facing what you might think. I don't know, try and be 2 steps ahead perhaps, I don't know, but so that it stops you taking those worries into the night, which keeps you up. Now, the Three of Pentacles is what they'd like you to embrace more of. I love this. The Three of Pentacles is you standing out from the crowd. This is you showing off your skill set within your work environment, wherever it may be, and you really being on a pedestal, people putting you on a pedestal. Are you hiding something that you're really good at? Then no, they want you to say, look how good I am at this. You know, is that the self-doubt coming in with that Nine of Swords maybe with you, Gemini? Because the Six of Pentacles is there for the taking, and this will make you, this will highlight that Six of Pentacles any day. It's like, yeah, look how good he is. You know, he's got a specific skill set there. He's the stonemason of the church. Not many people can do that. And it's like, get out there, Gemini. Just sell yourself a little bit more. So I do think that Nine of Swords perhaps is a little bit of self-doubt creeping in. But let's clarify that. I don't normally clarify the minors, but hey ho. Let's have a look. What do we have here? Four of Pentacles. So yeah, I mean, makes sense, doesn't it? With that Six of Pentacles, you're expecting money to come in. The Four of Pentacles, you're actually having a little bit of, perhaps a bit of financial worries there. But all that means, the Four of Pentacles for me, is let's just rein it in a little bit. You know what? Maybe you're going to have to, what should I say, speculate to accumulate. Oh no, that's the opposite, I think. But anyway, the Four of Pentacles is very much right. Let's rein it in. Let's get in control of the financial situation here. And maybe that is what scares you a little bit. Maybe that is what's like, oh my gosh, you know what? I've really got to start dampen down, you know, sort of reining in where I'm spending my money now. But I feel it's only temporary until you get this new project or this new idea off the ground. And certainly with the Three of Pentacles, this is, you know, are you afraid to ask for a pay rise here as well? Because don't get me wrong, I totally get that, because I'm the world's worst. I do not like talking about money. And every day, you know, you say to yourself, God, you know, I don't get paid for this. I don't get paid enough for this. Do I say anything? No, never. So it kind of like feels like that energy too, Gemini, which is very easily resolvable. Anyway, let's have a look at this final message for you. What do we have? We have Temple, the wisdom within, quieten external noise. Oh, quieten the external noise, but just don't take it to bed with you with that Nine of Swords. So quieting the external noise, yeah, just take yourself off. A little bit of hermit mode is required here, I think. Segregate yourself from something just to really have a good think. That's what that makes me feel. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, Gemini. Let me know how that resonates. And yeah, don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs. All of the messages are time-stamped with a blue number next to the appropriate zodiac sign. And we're moving on to, it's Cancer, isn't it? Of course it's Cancer. Okay, let's have a look for you, Cancer. We're time stamping you at 13:33. Wow, all the threes, Cancer. Love that. Okay, welcome, Cancer, to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is your past, your present, your future energy and what they'd like you to embrace more of. There we go. We've got your past. We've got 2 cards out for your past. Okay, we're going to take 2 for the past. What do we have for the past energy? Wow, you've got the card, your card. You do keep turning up in your own readings, Cancer, which is great. It means you're really in control of your life at the moment and you know what direction to go in. Not only that, that's exactly what the Chariot represents. This is you jumping in the driving seat and moving a situation forward, making sure that you know that what it entails. You know it's not going to be perhaps an easy ride. You're quite prepared for any adversities along the way. Also clarified by the Page of Pentacles. So this is your past energy too with that. It's like, yeah, but I am also prepared. I know this is a long-term commitment. Perhaps this is something that I need to take practical steps towards. I'm I'm there, you know, I'm there for the taking, I'm there for the commitment. It can be something simple like, you know, you need to go on some courses if you've got a new job and it's like, now I need to pull my finger out and get on with booking them. It can be something practical like if you're moving house, because the Chariot can represent moving. It's like you've got everything in place ready for that to happen, you know, all the nitty gritty practical steps. Okay, I don't know why I've just completely read the first two cards for you, Cancer. Oh dear, right. You're basically making plans and, you know, you've been very busy facing something full on. You're sitting as the Five of Pentacles. Well, that's a shame, really, because you've done such hard work there. You may be feeling, gosh, this is hard work. I'm going 2 steps forward and 4 steps back here. And perhaps that is maybe the case. What I'll say to the Five of Pentacles is ask for help. Because the message of this card, I might have to kick Bella out in a minute. The message of this card is you can see they are struggling, but they don't need to struggle because they've just walked straight past a beautiful environment that's welcoming. They just haven't looked up and seen who else and what else is about that they can gain help from. You're stepping into the Queen of Wands. There we are, Cancer. I always class you as the Queen of Wands. I know traditionally she's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but the Queen of Wands makes the most of everything. She raises her vibration. I just feel like you're in a little bit of a, maybe you're tired, maybe you're feeling a little bit exhausted with the project, but don't worry, it's not lasting. You're stepping into the Queen of Wands as like, let's get this show on the road, getting back to being that creative spark, that person that walks into the room and just has that amazing vibration about them. You're reading, I'm reading one step at a time. I have no idea why, I don't normally do that. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Hermit mode. Yeah, I like that. I like the Hermit, especially with the Five of Pentacles as you're sitting as at the moment. This tells me don't panic about feeling like you're not moving forward, because the Hermit takes his time, because he goes within, he has a good think, he doesn't rush anything. He has a lantern there that only lights one step at a time. So it's also, you know, they're telling you, you are doing the right thing with that Five of Pentacles. Maybe ask for a bit of help that you need, if you need it, but don't panic in that energy. Don't think, oh my gosh, this is such hard work. Don't give up is what I want to say with that. Okay, shall we clarify any of those? Yeah, let's clarify the Hermit, shall we? Right, okay. Why do we have the Hermit? And Bella can't get any closer to me if she tried. The Hermit is, oh, the Five of Wands. Ooh, eek, eek. Okay, the Five of Wands. Yeah, you're going to have some conflict around you. Just don't get involved is what the Hermit's saying. Just take yourself off. Don't allow that energy to be absorbed into yours. There's a little bit of arguments going on here. Maybe that's why you're feeling like Five of Pentacles. Gosh, you know what? I seem to go 2 steps forward and 4 steps back. Right, Cancer, let's have a look at your message from the Ancient Stones Oracle deck to finish your reading, please and thank you. What do we have? We have live the question, curiosity, open your mind and live into it. So is there a question burning in your mind? You know, are you dampening something down? Maybe that's why the Hermit is here, because it does encourage you to have a good think. Sometimes we just don't have the time to sit and have a good think. I know that sounds ridiculous, but we don't. Make sure you go for walks, Cancer. Make sure, you know, stick your headphones in, listen to some music. You know what, I know it's not just thinking, but it's relaxing as well, and then it kind of gets you into that energy. So anyway, I hope that resonates. Let me know how it does. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs too, as they do offer a few more messages when it's such a quick reading. And moving on to Leo. Leo, we are time stamping you at 1827. Welcome, Leo, to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is your past, your present, your future energy, and what they would like you to embrace more of. There we go. We have your, oh my goodness me, we have your past energy out, which is the Wheel of Fortune. You are currently sitting with the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Very opposite energies. Interesting. You are stepping into the Knight of Swords. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the High Priestess. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is the energy you're coming out of. Now, this either means you've moved on, something's gone in your favour, a situation you've gone on, you've moved on another step along the way, if you like, to reach a goal, and it's gone in your favour. The other side to this card, and I will clarify, it can be a bit like you're in a rut with something. You can't make your mind up. You're going round and round in circles, and you find yourself back at square one again. However, You see, I don't know which way to go, because both of these cards as you're sitting at the moment are opposites. So this tells me, if this was just on its own, I'd say, yes, that Wheel of Fortune, you are still stuck in a little bit of a rut. You're feeling like it's 2 steps forward and 4 steps back. You're like going this, like this. Oh, now I can do, oh, no, I can't now. This has happened. And now I feel like even financially, it's like, God, just when I thought I was, you know, getting somewhere. And now I've got another bill. I've got something that I wasn't expecting. You know, this is hard work. This can also be tied to somebody that's really keeping you back. You know, not necessarily a situation. It could be a person. But you do have the Queen of Wands with you also. Now, the Queen of Wands is a person that would be linking your arm there and going, right, Leo, no more of this. Let's get this show on the road. Let's stop thinking this is hard work, because you get what you think about. If you think it's hard work, you're going to get more hard work. So I don't know if you've got a Queen of Wands around you. Traditionally, you are the Queen of Wands because you're Wands energy. You've also got the sunflower on your lap there, and the sunflowers appear only in this card and the card of the sun, which are both attributed to Leo. So it's almost like, I don't know if you're feeling a little bit, you know, just a total lack of balance at the moment. On the one hand, you want to move and be very vibrant, but maybe somebody's really dragging you down at the moment. Now, you are going to step into the Knight of Swords, so definitely doing something about it, and you're making your mind up pretty damn quickly about this. So that I like that. Now, I always look at what the Knight of Swords is pointing his sword towards, and it is the Five of Pentacles. So it's like you're having enough of this, whether that is a person, whether that is somebody or something that comes in and links arms with you and goes, come on, let's get out of that mindset, and you are stepping into the mindset of, yeah, you know, I've got to stop talking about stuff and just get on with it. The High Priestess is what they want you to embrace more of. So they're encouraging you to trust your intuition about this, and I would definitely trust your intuition about that Five of Pentacles, because if it is a person around you, you know what, you don't have to be mean, you don't have to, you just temporarily say, I'm not available at the moment. Maybe they're dragging your energy down. Maybe got a bit of an energy vampire around you, but trust your intuition on it. You know, you'll know what's right. Anyway, what were we going to clarify? I can't remember. I'm going to clarify the High Priestess. What do we want to trust our intuition on? I've definitely feel that with how you're feeling at the moment, you need to go with what you think is the right way, and not morally. I mean, yes, morally in the circumstances as what's right for you, but we do fall into the trap of what everybody else wants us to do, you know? I think, Leo, you got to look at what you want to do. Oh, look at that. This is about starting something new. This is clarifying your High Priestess card. Trusting your intuition on what do you want to do next. Now, the Fool energy, maybe that Wheel of Fortune has offered you something brand new, and you're sitting here going, oh my gosh, I can't do it yet because I've got financial worries, or I've got XYZ worries. The Fool energy is saying it's there for the taking, though. There is something new that you can start again. Wipe the slate clean and start something afresh. That's what I want to say to that. Right, let's clarify with, oh, there we are. You've got the singing stones. Transmit your vibration. There we go. The Queen of Wands is the epitome of the law of attraction, as they say. She's got high energy. She thinks positively. You get what you think about, Leo. Transmit your vibration. It says use your voice. Love that. Anyway, let me know how that resonates. Do check out your moon and rising signs. And yeah, and let me know how that resonates. Oh, I can't remember what I was going to say there now. Something else. Anyway, have a wonderful week, Leo. Thank you as always for watching. And we are going to move on to Virgo. But before we do, I'm going to kick you out, Bella. Come on, out you go. Because you're too noisy. Go on. Don't give me those puppy eyes. Are you going out? Be quiet then. Oh, she's a little monkey. Right, Virgo. Oh. Virgo. Okay, we're time stamping you at 24:12. Welcome, Virgo, to your midweek energy check-in reading. Sorry for the delay getting onto your reading here, but I had a few words with Bella, and she gave me the puppy eyes, so I let her. Oh, look. She's driving me nuts. Okay, let's get on with your reading, Virgo. This is your past, your present, your future energy, and what they would like you to embrace more of. I will kick her out in a minute if she carries on. I've tried kicking her out once, but she's having none of it. Okay, past energy, please and thank you for Virgo. What do we have? Oh, the World card. Love that. Now, Nine of Swords is how you're sitting at the moment. What you're stepping into is the Two of Wands. And the Five of Pentacles is what they want you to embrace more of. Now, the World card is about a completion. The end of a cycle. I like this. And a very successful ending too. Now, this is about you deciding to move on to something new and not being pushed into it. This is your decision. This is you feeling like, yeah, I've outgrown that, or no, I need to start something afresh now. But the important message of the World card is that you take all of the lessons that you've learned along the journey into the next stage of whatever your next project is. You are sitting as a Nine of Swords. What are you worried about, Virgo, here? There is something on your mind, something keeping you up at night. Maybe it is, you know, whatever your next journey is going to be. Maybe you've stepped into that new journey and it is giving you a little bit of, ooh, you know, angst and anxiety. What we always say about the Nine of Swords card is this is about facing your fears before you go to bed, basically. You know, the very nitty gritty of this card is let's write down, let's try and, I don't know, tick off a list of what's really bugging you. And you don't have to do it all at once, you know, just little bite-sized pieces. Two of Wands is what you are coming into. I like this. Maybe somebody's making you an offer here, you know. It's giving you food for thought. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure about this, because the Two of Wands is a very exciting energy. It's Wands energy. And so it's about you looking at something else with through bigger eyes. You know, what can I do? Or there's something out there that's really niggling you, keeping you up at night, like thinking, I really have got to move on and do something outside of my comfort zone. I feel like you really feel like you've got to grow now. You've got a growth spurt going on, Virgo. You're in the year of the fire horse, and it's like your intuition is pushing you, and there's a little bit of resistance with the Two of Wands. It's like, oh, I'm a bit scared, you know, but it's an exciting scared. It's not scary though. Again, we can get very muddled up with this Nine of Swords that says this is anxiety, but anxiety and excitement can keep you up at night as well. Anyway, the Five of Pentacles, what they want you to embrace more of. Now, obviously, the Five of Pentacles is feeling like I'm going 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. No, they don't obviously want you to embrace more of that. They want you to realise that, you know, you need to look at what is holding you back, who is holding you back, what is stopping you from doing this Two of Wands energy, if indeed it is. If it's financial, then you know what? You get what you think about, is what I always say about, especially with the finances now. I can't recommend enough a lady called Kathleen Cameron on YouTube. She's fantastic for manifestations, money. And it's not about just the money. It has a knock-on effect in every part of your life. Kathleen with a K, Cameron with a C. She's incredible. I love her. So embrace more of that. Go and look at how you can change your mindset, perhaps, if you are feeling a little bit a little bit like this is too hard work, financially too. Right, what are we going to clarify? Let's do a little clarify. Let's do a clarifier on the Five of Pentacles, because I don't feel that like the World card needs any more saying. Or should we do the Two of Wands? What do you think? Let's do the Two of Wands. Yeah, we'll ignore the negative. It's not a negative card, because they want you to embrace more of it. They want you to embrace more of how can you look at getting out of that situation? How can you raise your vibration to get into that Two of Wands energy? I think they're preparing you for something bigger and better. Oh my gosh, they are. Three of Wands, Virgo. So yeah, this is like, wow, you know, you've taken that step forward. You've unleashed, you know, in this card, he's got his wand safely tucked inside his castle. So it's like 50-50, 100% gone now. Look, there you go, Virgo. I want to say you've taken a leap of faith. It's not a leap of faith because it's in your hands. It's in your control. Yeah. Goodness me, Bella. And what we're going to do now is finish on the Ancient Stones Oracle for a final, thank you, message for Virgo. What's the final message? It says the road is clear. You know what to do. Walk it your way. Oh, don't you just love it? Walk it your way, Virgo. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how it resonates. Do check out your moon and rising signs. They are all time stamped in the description box, which I will also put in the comments, with a blue number next to the appropriate sign. Right, before I move on to Libra, I am going to kick the dog out. Right, out you go. Out. Out, 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 out. Good girl. Okay, so Sorry about that. Right, I had to kick her out because she's been very naughty. So 2938. Welcome, Libra, to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is your past, your present, your future energies and what they would like you to embrace more of. Okay, what do we have? So I've just kicked Bella out against her will and now she's barking. So she's like a naughty child today. So she's fine though. Right, Libra, Libra, Libra. She'll settle. Right, your past energy is the King of Cups. Your present energy is the Moon. Oh, very strong presence of Pisces here. Oh, goodness me, the Devil is what you're stepping into. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Four of Swords. Okay, Libra, King of Cups. This is you feeling very emotionally stable. I like this. This is you saying, you know what, I'm going to wear my heart on sleeve, pour it out to somebody, but also being very emotionally intelligent about it at the same time, but also feeling emotionally stable. So perhaps, you know, you've been up and down a little bit lately, but now you're feeling a little bit like you can sit in that power because it's almost like you're not going to get dragged down again. That's what that makes me feel. There's a real sense of no about this reading for you, Libra. It's like I now know emotionally where I'm headed. I'm not going down that road again. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and now I've learnt from that. And now I'm really secure in my emotions and how I'm feeling. I like that. Now you've got the Moon card. I'm sure you got the Moon card in your midweek and your weekend reading. And the Moon card is the card of Pisces. Now this can go either way. This is interesting because the Moon card represents you not really knowing where you stand with something or somebody emotionally. However, I think because you've got in that King of Cups mode, I think this is the opposite with this card for you. It's like finally you're seeing a clear pathway of what you really want to do. The confusion is over and you're trusting your intuition about something. However, we need to clarify that one, Libra, because you're stepping into the Devil energy. Now, the Devil energy is being surrounded by toxic people and feeling tied to somebody, something, getting into bad habits. I'm going to have to clarify both of those. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Four of Swords. Now, I like to say when I see this card, sleep on it. Don't do anything rash. Make sure that you are prepared mentally. And when we're mentally prepared, when we sleep well, when we look after ourselves, relax, rest and repair, we can then put things into perspective. I feel like there's something completely gone out of perspective with this Devil energy here coming in. Because when we're tired, when we're a bit overthinking things, it just makes things much worse than they really are, and it can, I guess, lead you into temptation is what I want to say there. Let's do some clarifications here, Libra. Interesting. We're going to clarify both the Moon and the Devil to get more message here. So sitting as the Moon, are you confused? Do you not really know which way to go? Do you feel like there's a lack of guidance? Oh, yes, Five of Pentacles. That does tell me that you are like feeling, gosh, I go 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. This seems a hard slog. The Moon card feels like there's a bit of, again, you don't know where you stand with a situation, whether that's work, relationships. A shame, really, because the King of Cups, you're like on it, you know, on it. Like emotionally, you're really stable there with it. And then something's thrown you into this, oh, I don't know, it's put the cat amongst the pigeons is what I want to say. Let's clarify the Devil, and you're stepping into the Devil energy. So I want to say be careful of somebody that perhaps comes along that thinks they can help you. I don't know if their intentions will be, because when you're feeling like this, you can be quite vulnerable and open to everybody. Oh, that's far too many. Open to everybody, just as the Seven of Cups flies out. But that wasn't just the Seven of Cups. Let's just do one more on this Devil for Libra, please, and thank you. There we go. What's this all about? Page of Wands. Interesting. Page of Wands is feeling very ambitious and wanting to start something new, but also having a little bit of putting it in the bucket. Let's a bit footloose and fancy free. Now, I'm changing my mind on this Devil energy now. It's like you've got the Devil in you and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a little bit of, I don't know. I think you're going to surprise a few people here, Libra. I'm going to do one more on that. I feel like, you know what I just got? I'm fed up with being Mr. Nice Guy. You've got to think of yourself for once. And that's not being a devil. Yeah, look at that, Magician. Oh, my gosh. So the Magician is the card of I can and I will. And I feel like there's a real sense of out of the norm energy for you here. This has pushed you and pushed you. And it's like, you know what? I'm taking those chains off now. I'm going to do what I want to do. Absolutely love that. Okay, let's finish on it's got good luck, auspicious, wishes granted and blessings. You have good luck on your side here, Libra. I love that. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how it resonates. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs. And all the signs are timestamps with a blue number next to them. And I'll catch up with you next week. Anyway, let's have a look at who we're moving on to. Scorpio. Please and thank you. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Oh, what have we got? We've got a pre-shuffle of the Seven of Pentacles for Scorpio there. Right, time stamping Scorpio at 35:57. Welcome, Scorpio, to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is your past, your present, your future energies, and what they would like you to embrace more of. Okay, let's have a look, little look. What is past energy for Scorpio? Eight of Swords. Present energy. Ooh, Seven of Swords. Future energy. Eight of Cups. And then the Two of Pentacles is what they'd like you to embrace more of. Now, the Eight of Swords is you feeling a little bit like you're talking yourself out of something. You're feeling a little bit trapped in your mindset, feeling like you can't you can't move forward, can't move back. This is also the card of talking yourself out of something. This is the card of, for me, it's putting bears in the road. It's putting hurdles in the way that aren't really there. Maybe it's for lack of planning, though, because you're now sitting as the Seven of Swords. And I like this. The Seven of Swords is the card of strategy. So you've actually now got an exit plan, if you like. Now, who got this in the midweek, in the weekend readings? I don't know. I'm wondering if it was you. I don't know. Anyway, this is the card for you sitting there. Like, you know, when you think you're going to you've got to leave a job, or you want to leave a relationship. This is the plan, putting plans in place, not letting anybody know, because this is the card of deceit. But deceit has many connotations to it. And I know, because I can see your next card, I know that this is a card that you are making plans, or you have an exit strategy now, which takes you out of this Eight of Swords energy. It's like you've made your mind up over something here. Because you're walking into the Eight of Cups, yes, and you're deciding to walk away from something or somebody. Now, this, for me, is not a dramatic card. It doesn't have to be, and it doesn't have to be permanent either. This could you be simply saying, right, you know what, something or somebody is not ticking my heart chakra anymore, just for now. It doesn't have to be permanent. You can turn around, walk back again. There's no oh, once you're gone, you're gone. You know, there's no pressure on this. But if you feel like you need to leave something or somebody, this is what you're doing now. This is the planning that perhaps you're making now. So for instance, if it was a job, you know, you'd start looking and putting out your CV, wouldn't you, or your resume. If it was a relationship, perhaps you start looking at, well, what job do I need to get to cover the bills more, or something along those lines. But it's for your benefit, though. And this Eight of Cups, I like. This is because you've outgrown something. And again, it doesn't have to be a relationship or whatever. It's just something that's not ticking the heart chakra anymore. Maybe you used to belong to a group and you used to get so much out of that group, or you used to go to a session of learning something, and you're no longer learning, you know, because you know, you've filled your cup of knowledge and now you need to tip it out and start something new again. That's what that makes me feel. The Two of Pentacles, I love this, is what they want you to embrace more of. Now, the Two of Pentacles is being flexible, financially flexible. And it's also my card of saying, well, I'm not sure I can do both. Yes, you can. You're very good at juggling things. You can reprioritize things, whether that's financial, time and energy. Maybe you've got to, you know, put more energy into being at work, unfortunately, than spending at home. I don't know, whatever it is, you're being very flexible here. Just be more flexible about that, because this card is definitely not the card of flexibility. You are really growing here, Scorpio, and heading towards your goals. So let's have a look to finish on the Ancient Stones Oracle message for Scorpio, please and thank you. What do we have? We have boundary stones, negotiations, contracts, and communication. Interesting, you know. I wonder if that Seven of Swords is you strategizing a new contract also. And there may be some negotiations with that. And as I said, that Eight of Cups may be you temporarily walking away. And then they go, actually, okay, I don't know. We'll decrease your hours as you requested, or we'll increase it. I don't know. I feel like they're listening to you here. I'm not saying you're threatening them. And maybe you do go ahead and walk away for good. But in the meantime, there are negotiations about this. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how it resonates. Have a wonderful week. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs. And yeah, I'll see you for your weekend reading. So let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we're time stamping you at 4038. Welcome, Sagittarius, to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is your past, your present, your future energy, and what they would like you to embrace more of. Right, let's have a look. And one more shuffle for Sagittarius. Your past energy is the Queen of Cups. You're sitting as the King of Cups. Wow. Lovely energy. Oh my gosh, the Nine of Cups is what you're stepping into. Very heartfelt energies here. Very content. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Empress energy. Sagittarius. Wow, what cards. The Queen of Cups is what you're coming out of. Now, the Queen of Cups is the card of looking after everybody, pouring out your love for everybody, giving everybody everything from your cup. But this is also the card of saying you need to rein it in a little bit, you know, and maybe that's what you're doing, because I can see you sitting as the King of Cups. It's kind of like a bit of a realization going on here. It's like, maybe you're not getting back what you're giving out here with that Queen of Cups energy. And you're like, no, I need to kind of let them get on with it for a little while, you know, especially when you're a mum. Aren't we just so guilty of overdoing it? I mean, yesterday, my daughter, she's 21 and she forgot her lunch for work. That's a 40-minute drive for me there and back. I took it for her. She could have just bought something at the shop. Queen of Cups, me, too much. Let them grow up a little bit. And I think that's what you're doing here, Sagittarius. You've realised, nah, I need to rein it in a bit. You've got the King of Cups also that you're sitting as. You're emotionally stable here. No more roller coaster of emotions going on here. You're pretty sure of whatever it is surrounding you. There's not going to knock you off of your throne, if you like. You've got the Nine of Cups that you're stepping into. And I love this because what this feels like to me is a build-up of what you really need to be grateful for, the energy that you need to be in to achieve what your heart's desires. And this is what you're doing. This is the card of wish fulfillment, but it doesn't fall in your lap. I can see you've done the work here emotionally here, Sagittarius. And this is saying, you know, feeling very content and happy, but you have to be in that vibration to get this card. And I really feel like you are, especially with the Queen and the King of Cups sat there with you. This is the card of, being in the vibration of what you really, your heart's desires are. And raising your vibration to that. And it's just a feeling of, you know, just feeling content and gratitude. I'm so grateful for everything. And then you're sitting... That's what the Empress does. That is the epitome of the Empress. She's very good at that. You know, you're sitting as the Empress here. Also, it's what they want you to embrace more of. You're doing excellent work here, Sagittarius. You are getting back from the universe too. You're sitting back there as the Empress, knowing that you don't need to chase anything anymore. It's coming to you naturally with that Nine of Cups. You get what you think about in all aspects of life. And this is... you, I don't know, really winning here with that Empress energy, having more self-worth for yourself too, and ready for a new beginning. Let's have a look at that Empress. Let's clarify the Empress too. Lovely, lovely energy, Sagittarius. What do we have? We have the Star card. Beautiful card. This is you, again. The Star card is about filling up your own cup, You know, for me in this card, what she's doing, I know it's traditionally not the right thing, but this makes me feel like what she's doing is she's scooping the water from the pool of the universe and she's pouring it on the land. So things start to grow around her. And that means she's feeding herself with that Queen of Cups. It's a bit of a ta-da moment. That's what you've been doing to get to that King of Cups energy. And I like that that's coupled with the Empress. This is you realizing that you've got to rest, relax, repair. You've got to, you've also got 2 wish fulfillment cards here on the table, because that is also the star shining, you shining in the light, you know, you following your true north here. But it's through hard work and a lot of healing going here. I do also feel like the Empress is protecting you. You're very protective of your healing and who you're giving what to now. And absolutely 100% that should be the case. Excuse me. Right. Okay. These are the Ancient Stones Oracle. And that one just keeps sticking out. It says, lay it on the altar, hand it over, soften, surrender and forgive. Do you know what? I think that's what you've done, Sagittarius, to get into this energy. You're one step ahead of them already. I love that. Anyway, let me know how that resonates. Have a wonderful week. Thank you as always for being here. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs, because they can offer a bit more in-depth messages, especially on these quick fire messages. Right, we're moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, we are time stamping you at 45:55. Welcome, Capricorn, to your midweek energy check-in reading. Thank you as always for being here. This is your past, your present, your future energy, and what they would like you to embrace more of. So your past energy, oh, they just don't want to separate, is the 8 of Cups. You're sitting as the King of Wands. Sure, you've got the King of Wands in this. Yeah. The 10 of Swords is what's coming up for you. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Page of Cups. Right, 8 of Cups is what have you maybe just recently you've made a decision to leave something or somebody behind. This is the card for me. It's like the only reason I feel this comes out in the tarot is because you've simply outgrown a situation. You know, you've filled up all these cups and now they're like, I don't know, it's like you've been there, done it, got the t-shirt. So for instance, I always liken this. It can be, you know, obviously a relationship that's not ticking your heart chakra anymore. It can be a job that's not ticking your heart chakra anymore. And this is your decision, like, yeah, this I need to do something about this. I need to go and find something that does now. But when that happens, if you look back, it's because you've grown and somebody else hasn't. Or, you know, you've outgrown a job. You've got bored of it sometimes, you know, and the same with the relationship. But also, you know, it can relate to a group perhaps that you've joined and it used to really fulfill you. And now you feel like, doesn't tick my heart chakra anymore. And it doesn't have to be permanent either, this 8 of Cups for me. It doesn't have to be that dramatic. You can turn around and go back to it. Just at the moment you feel like it's not fulfilling you. Something's not fulfilling you. And the King of Wands is how you're sitting at the moment. And the King of Wands is like, he really knows what he wants. Oh my gosh, there's absolutely no doubt in his mind. He's a leader, entrepreneur, very charismatic, very charming, very confident in what he does, and he makes it work. He's a real grafter. You know, everybody looks up at the King of Wands and thinks, do you know what? That bloke can fall in roses and still fall in poo and still coming out smelling of roses. But he just has that energy about him. He's like full on, grasps the project. And so it feels like you've really it's like once you've made your mind up, now you're sitting as the King of Wands with this fire in your belly as well about something. It's like, now I know what you're really focusing on. You really feel focused and determined here with this energy. You are stepping into, coming up is the 10 of Swords. This is a feeling of somebody or something as, I don't know, feeling like somebody stabbed you in the back and it's a bit hurtful maybe. I might clarify that, to be honest with you. But we always call that the card of blessing in disguise, because what the 10 of Swords does is it puts things into perspective, because you let go, you know, finally you're going to let go of that feeling of being stabbed in the back. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's from the past, this is, but you're stepping into the feeling that now I've let go of those swords and I've rolled back round to an ace, which gives you mental clarity. But we're going to clarify that. The Page of Cups is what they want you to embrace more of. And this is a lovely energy, very Piscean, very like, let's just go with the flow, you know, especially with that 10 of Swords. Don't worry about it. Let go of it. Go with the flow. This is also the card of, you know, following your dreams, and your desires. Maybe somebody's trying to talk you out of something here. Ten of Swords. Perhaps they're, I don't know, talking behind your back even, although that doesn't really mean. The Seven of Swords would be more the case of that. But whatever it is, it's very quite hurtful to you. And you feel like, oh my gosh, I've done the best. And now that's what you're giving me. Thanks very much. You know, but don't take it, I don't know. I was going to say don't take it personally. Right, Ten of Swords, why are you here for Capricorn? Okay, what do we have? King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. I don't know if there's a little bit of jealousy going on here because you're very successful. You've got two kings here, Capricorn. You do regularly get the King of Pentacles with me. And this is about knowing what you... It's just making the most of your skill set, but also sticking to what you know, but just adding to it. And that's what the King of Pentacles does. That's how he becomes successful. He doesn't really stray too far from his base knowledge, if you like. He's not very ambitious, but he knows what he knows, and he's very successful at what he does. Why is that there with the Ten of Swords? Very money oriented. Maybe there is somebody around you that is just like a bit too money oriented. There are no emotions to them whatsoever, the King of Pentacles, because everything reverts back round to a value, but a value in money and tangible assets. I feel like there's going to be some cross words with somebody perhaps regarding a money issue here. And the Page of Cups is just like, don't worry about it, go with the flow. Oh, interesting. Right, let's get a final message from the Ancient Stones Oracle for Capricorn. Boundaries, negotiations, contracts and communication. Wow, that was that King of Pentacles. It's about contracts and communication. Something tangible that... I don't know. Just be careful of that energy, Capricorn. I feel like you are going to feel like you've been stabbed in the back by this King of Pentacles. Perhaps there's been a promise of a pay rise at work and your manager is like going, I didn't say that. Then maybe there's some negotiations to be had here. Maybe you're trying to negotiate less hours or more money. I don't know. But it's the Ten of Swords that's making you feel like, God, all I've done for you, and you can't even honour me that. That's what that makes me feel. Anyway, Capricorn, let me know how that resonates. Okay, don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs, especially with that one. That will really, hopefully, give you a little bit more insight. Anyway, let's get on with the next reading, which is for Aquarius. We are timestamping you at 52:32. Welcome, Aquarius, to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is your past, your present, your future energies, and what they would like you to embrace more of. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, and so here we go. One more for Aquarius, please, and thank you. What do we have? Related, the Lovers is what you're coming out of. You're stepping into the Nine of Wands. Oh, Five of Pentacles is what you are. Oh, sorry, you're sitting as the Nine of Wands. You're stepping into the Five of Pentacles. And what they'd like you to embrace more of is the Magician energy. Now, the Lovers, you've got a very heavy presence of Gemini here, by the way. The Lovers is attributed to Gemini, and so is the Magician, Gemini and Virgo, by the way. That could be relevant for you. The Lovers is what you're stepping out of, you're coming out of. This is about passionate connections, relationships, people that you feel very close to and you have a lot of passion around. It can even be a job, something you feel very, very passionate about. But you're stepping out of that energy and into the Nine of Wands, and this is how you're feeling at the moment. A little bit exhausted here, Aquarius. Maybe you're having to make a lot of decisions, taking on a lot of extra duties of somehow, or responsibilities. You know, this is the card of the Wounded Warrior. But, you know, what we'd say to this card is, have you said yes to everything? Have you been a bit of a yes person just lately? And this is how it gets to us. You know, we're trying to spin all these plates all at once and trying to achieve everything all at once. Rome wasn't built in a day, and you need to take a step back if you are feeling like this, because this is also the card of, you know, mentally exhausted, as well as physically, and put boundaries up and learn to say no. Start reprioritizing what's important for you right at this very minute, because you are also stepping into the Five of Pentacles, and this is a bit of a tricky time. I'll be honest with you. This is the feeling of going 2 steps forward and 4 steps back. But what I like is what they want you to embrace more of is here. So this Five of Pentacles is the card of, looking at, this is the card of feeling financial lack. There may be a kind of, maybe you have let go of something passionate. Maybe for temporarily, it's going to put a little bit of a stop on the finances. You are going to feel a little bit of it's a hard slog at the moment. I mean, let's face it, worldwide, I think we're all feeling a little bit like that. But it's also the card of don't forget to ask for help. I also want to say with the Five of Pentacles, need to look at, if you're stepping in, when you step into this energy, is why has this come about? Who is there? Somebody holding you back? Is there, what's holding you back? Is it your mindset? Don't mind me if you don't mind me saying, I always say, if you are struggling financially in your mindset, then listen to Kathleen with a K, Cameron with a C. She's amazing. She is so, what do I want to say, inspirational, and how you think about things from the tiniest things up, and it just has a knock-on effect on the finances, your feeling of richness in life overall. Anyway, stop waffling. The Magician is what they want you to embrace more of. This is the I can and I will card, and I have all the tools that I need. This is the card of confidence and knowing that you can. So it's kind of just slipping into this Five of Pentacles. I think sometimes when we're in the Nine of Wands energy and you're tired and you're exhausted, it sort of snowballs, doesn't it? You get into that energy of lack. Oh my gosh, when is this going to end? I thought this is going to be sorted by now. Woe is me a little bit, if you don't mind me saying. So try not to get into that energy. Try and lift yourself up. Easier said than done, I know. The Magician will certainly do that for you. Let's clarify that Five of Pentacles, though. Why are you feeling like that? For Aquarius, we have the Knight of Cups. Interesting. I like the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a heartfelt offer. This can even be an apology of some sort. So please don't not accept it. And especially, there is somebody coming along offering you something to help you come out of that Five of Pentacles energy. It could be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. Interesting. If I had more time, I'd be going much deeper into that. Right, okay, let's get to... This is also somebody that really cares about you, Aquarius, by the way. So don't shut them out, is what I'll say to that. You are the humanitarian of the zodiac sign, and you think that you have to help everybody else. And so therefore, you probably find it very, very hard to accept help from others, but it's there. Okay, what do we have? The gateways. Open doors, opportunities, and right timing. So it is the right timing for this to happen. It just feels like it's hard work. So don't say no to the offer of help. Anyway, hope that resonates. Let me know how it does. Have a wonderful week. Thank you, as always, for joining me here. And do check out your moon and rising signs, because it can offer a little bit more insight into the reading. Right, let's move swiftly on to the lovely Pisces. Pisces, we're timestamping you at 58:05. Welcome, Pisces, to your midweek energy check-in reading, and happy birthday. I hope you've had a wonderful birthday, and I'm sure you're going to be having a wonderful birthday for those who have not had it yet. Right, let's get on with your reading. This is your past, your present, your future energy, and what they'd like you to embrace more of. Oh, there we go. Nice. Also, there is a birthday bonus reading for you. Do check that out if I remember. Oh, how can I put it in the description box? I probably could, actually, even though it's a collective. But yeah, on my playlists, there is a birthday bonus playlist, so please do check that out. Okay, we've got your past energy. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Your current energy is the Five of Cups. The Two of Cups is what you're stepping into, and what they'd like you to embrace more of is the Emperor. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, you've been offered something here. Are you umming and ahhing over it still? Because you've got the Five of Cups there. The Ace of Pentacles is something like you've got a new tangible offer, a new contract, something that you want to maybe start also afresh in your mind. Want actually to get this out in the open, in the real world is what I want to say. This is your past energy. You have this idea that you really want to commit to. And now you're sitting as a Five of Cups, Pisces, so why aren't you doing it? The Five of Cups is looking at every negative reason not to do that Ace of Pentacles. You know, do you feel like, excuse me, you're going to be leaving some friendships behind if by embracing that new offer, that new idea, that new tangible... Don't forget, this is long-term too. It's Pentacles, it's money also. The Five of Cups, you're sitting going, it's almost like you're afraid to leave what you have, maybe because you feel loyal to something or somebody, and you're feeling like you're going to upset people. Like, you know, what he's doing is he's crying over spilt milk there, but he's got 2 cups behind him. It's like you're being a little bit of a negative Nelly at the moment, if you don't mind me saying so, Pisces, which isn't like you. But I just think it's because of the heart is getting involved here. And this is where water signs can go a little bit wrong sometimes. You're thinking too much of others here. You're worrying if you regret a decision. But you won't know till you try. But you're stepping into the 2 of Cups. I like this. The 2 of Cups is soulmate energy. Maybe there is somebody around you who's going to help you make this decision and get you out of that funk, if you like. The 2 of Cups also is the card of collaboration. Perhaps, again, you are collaborating with somebody else. Maybe this is what that Ace of Pentacles is about. You are willing to take it on. But also for me, this is the card of fulfilling your own soul and what your soul's desires are. It's like, you know, when you go within and you've got, you're talking from your inside and you're talking to your outside. I don't really know the technical terminology for that, but it's like you're having a chat with yourself here, Pisces. You're having a good talk to yourself on this 2 of Cups energy. It's like, what are you doing? This is great. This is what you want. But again, it can be somebody saying that to you who's really on the same page as you and giving you the confidence to make a decision here. Now, again, giving you the confidence, and then you get the Emperor as what they want you to embrace more of. Take control of this. You are in control of this. The Emperor is in control of everybody in the deck. You know, all of the court cards, everybody. He's the boss man. He's the one that makes all the decision and is very disciplined, very solid in his decision making too. He's no umming and ahhing with the Emperor. There's also no going outside the colouring outside the lines with him. He's very structured in his decision making, and that's what they're wanting you to embrace more of. Now, let's do a clarification on that. What should we do? Oh, see, I can't make my mind up. I need to be an Emperor. Let's do the Emperor. Yeah, let's do the Emperor. Let's clarify the Emperor there. Oh, you got the Sun card, the most positive card in the deck. It's like saying, embrace more positivity about this, Pisces. Why do you keep looking at what you haven't got or what you might lose as opposed to what you might gain from this? The Sun card is the card of Leo. Emperor is the card of Aries. Both fire signs, both having that oomph about you. The Sun card is the most positive, successful card in the deck. Why are you doubting it? Have a word, Pisces. And I'm talking to myself there as well, by the way. Right, okay, let's have a look at the final message from Ancient Stones Oracle. Please and thank you. There we go. Stone of Destiny. Oh my gosh, it says life path, ambition, passion, and yes. I was just going to say, this is the biggest yes card in the deck. Whenever we see this card, and if you have a question in your mind and it's a yes, no answer, when we get this in the tarot, it's a yes. And you've just got it on this card too. Life path, ambition. What is your life path? What is your soul path calling you to do? Oh, soul path calling, shout out to Claire there. And what's your ambition? It's a big yes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, Pisces. Let me know how it resonates. Thanks very much for watching. As always, take care. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs, and I will see you for your weekend readings for next week. Take care. Thanks as always.